this is Quinn, and I'm here hanging out in Old Orange, California with Romanian-born fashion model Cristina Irimiciuc.
Hi.
Hey, thanks so much for hanging out with us today.
You're welcome.
So I wanted to just kind of start off with letting our readers at Unleashed Beauty just get to know you a little bit better. So I know you started modeling at a pretty relatively young age. Was that something that you were always pursuing, or did that just sort of find you?
As a young girl, I grew up in church singing, and I was kind of like always in front of the camera, and I kind of didn't mind like growing up, and I kind of saw that it may be something that I would like to pursue. And then as I became a young woman, some people started putting the idea in my head, and then I did pursue it. My mother and I, we went to this modeling convention at like 15 years old, and that's when I really went for it with the agencies and such, and I never gave up, and I kept going. So it's great, because I mean, I got turned down so many times, but I just let it I just redirected my path as opposed to stopping it.
So I think it's safe to say that in this industry, nothing really ever goes according to plan. So I was just wondering if there had been any like funny or crazy instances that have happened to you when you're on a photo shoot.
I think maybe the craziest would be I was doing this runway show, and I tripped, and nobody stopped to help me, and they just kept going, and like it was fun. I was kind of caught off guard, because I feel that if I saw a girl trip, like I would help her, but I understand that it's like for the show. But that was pretty funny, because it was just so awkward, because after the show everyone was kind of like, oh, that's the girl who tripped.
That's so funny. Is the vibe different from runway and print, like just doing like regular photo shoots?
I know that runway, there's a lot more pressure. The timing has to be perfect. I don't do too much runway because I'm 5'7", but the runway that I do, I know there's a lot of pressure, because everybody's watching and it's on a time, so it's a lot of pressure.
So obviously modeling is a dream for many, many young girls, and a difficult one to achieve, and then you throw the fact that you're Christian into that mix. How do you feel that your faith has sort of played a role in your career in terms of like providing inspiration or job choices or anything like that?
Well, I grew up in a Christian home, but I feel that just because I inherited that, like it didn't make me a Christian. So even though I grew up that way, I had to kind of figure it out on my own without somebody telling me what to believe. And then, so in my modeling career, I've been at it now for 12 years, and I would say professionally for about 8 years. And I was never able to really pray the prayer that, God, if this isn't your will, take me out of it, because I liked it so much that I was like scared that He might not want me to do it. And so I was never able to like sincerely pray that prayer until recently. And I just remember that I'm here because He gave me all these gifts, and He gave me all these talents. And it's not for my glory, it's for His. And that's what I realized over time. And I think that it's very important to listen to your heart and listen to the conviction, because that's rising to the surface and it's telling you something. It's very important to listen to that.
So I know that you were featured on America's Next Top Model, and you got to work with girls who were just sort of starting out. Was that cool for you to see them who were just starting out, and then you being a professional model? Did you kind of have like an moment, that was me a couple years ago?
Yeah, that was probably one of my most favorite jobs that I did, and it was a full day event. Everything was just done so professionally. It was catered, and just the opportunity that I got, and these girls, how they looked at me, they were just like, oh my gosh, like my dream is to be you and to be signed with an agency. And I just remember like me being in their shoes, and it was just so surreal to me, and it just showed me that like anything is possible, and whether it's modeling or anything else, like anything is possible as long as you put your mind to it.
So finally, before you go, I just wanted to ask what advice you have to our readers at Unleashed Beauty.
Well, I think that whatever you dream to do and whatever your goal is, I think that as long as you know that you're trying your best and that you're doing everything you can possible, that right there gives you this confidence, and it makes you feel content to know that even if it fails, to know that you did everything you could do. You're beautiful whether you're a model or not. God loves you, and He made you for His purpose. So do that.
Well, everyone, I'm so glad you guys got to come along with me to meet the fabulous Cristina Irimiciuc. And UB wishes you all the best in the future, and we can't wait to hear what you do next.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys. God bless.
Something we must recognize.